Okay, I know what you're thinking. No one can make a full comic in a day. This video is clickbait. Well, you're not wrong per se. I'm not making a full comic, but I'm making a mini graphic novel. It's a genre I signed up for in this writing competition at my school, so I'm using its name to my full advantage. I've created a 4-page, 21-panel comic for said competition. Planning it took me a day, and actually drawing all of it out took me another. So I'm going to show you the behind the scenes and my process of how I made it. This is not a how-to video. I'm a beginner too. I'm a freshman, so this is hopefully one of my first entries into this competition. It's my process on how I did it for you to come along with me, like my other video. So first of all, the characters I'm using are some I've had for a while. Back in 2024, I wanted to make a webtoon for this main character. Her concept was being a normal middle school aged girl. Her name is Melanie. I made a lot of mini comics in my sketchbook now and then, and a lot of this was easier to plan out because I had already drawn most of it out. I had made all of their ages, her sisters, I had made all of their interactions, I drew out other surrounding characters, so I'll put some examples of that on screen. A big part of this would be this 1-page comic I had drawn a long time ago. If I had to guess, it was probably drawn around 2022. Then a redraw of that same comic a year later. The comic itself was heavily based on Shannon Hale's Best Friends. I was so obsessed with that series growing up, so it's kind of embedded into my soul. But I really like my redraw a lot, and I think I really fell in love with comics because of it. The storyline I came up with for this comic, however, is about music and her life in relation to it. Some elements I had changed for the comic, like her and her sister's age gaps and the ages they moved, but Melanie was very close to her sisters while in her homeland, Japan, but they became strained once they moved to America. Music helped her form connections outside of her family and let her find joy in something she does herself. She is an immigrant, and it's always been part of her backstory, yet I feel it's a very important theme, especially with what's happening right now. Pause. Since it's so ingrained into her character, I do want to take a quick second and say that what's happening in America right now is absolutely unconstitutional, and even though I'm not as big as other creators, I do want to bring awareness. Even if I was not Hispanic, I'd still feel strongly on this, and I'd urge everyone to research and support families who have been torn apart by ICE. The first page depicts her life while still in Japan, and the second one shows her loneliness after moving, especially the shift with her sisters. The third page is her finding clubs with music and learning how to communicate with her classmates. But the fourth and last page is about how they face problems, but she'll always have music. I'll be very honest, the last 2 pages are not good. They are not my best work. It's drawn super poorly and they have a bland ending. I really did not know the deadline. I had thought it was on Friday. I was making this on Wednesday. I did not know the deadline and I thought I had already been late. I really couldn't come up with anything better. Drawing the panels themselves was fun. I was sick and I was off of school during all of this, so I was able to actually enjoy the first 2 pages instead of rushing them. But it's okay because I still got it done, and I'm pretty proud of the first 2, at least. I know that if I'd colored it, I probably would have scored some more points with judges, but I didn't really want to stress myself out. I went with a simple and classic navy blue line art. For the background and style, I took a lot of inspiration from graphic novels I personally love, like This One Summer and Limbo, from one of my favorite artists, W.J.J. Lee, and of course The Best Friends, but that was already a given. I've been reading more comics in a simpler style like Tilly Walden's works, and I thought that this comic would work more in that sort of style. This was also done after I'd taken about a month's break from drawing. Not personal per se, but I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry that this voiceover sounds like really awkward and shaky. I recorded this so many times already, and I just want to get this over with. I don't know, I'm so awkward when I try to record myself. I sound out of breath because I just finished doing my exercises, but I'm trying to be #healthy. If any of you have tips on how to not be awkward on voiceovers and more tips on how to talk, how to not make my voice shake. My voice does not shake unless I'm trying to read this. And I keep reading it super fast because I'm anxious, but I'm trying to read as slow as possible. But I don't think you guys want to hear that, so I'll just continue. I wanted Melanie to be in every single frame, and I wanted to accentuate her features, but I'm not very sure if I was super successful in that. I was a little worried she might be pushing into that smart Asian stereotype because of the orchestra, but I kind of realized she's my character. If she plays in band and orchestra, then she does, and no one can dictate what I treat as canon. As for the last 2 pages, they're relatively easy to draw. I was locked in, and I'd been drawing for a few hours, so the last 2 went by super fast, and that's probably why they suck. After about 8 hours, I was finally done with the comic. I made the panels as I did the pages and the text as I finished a page. I added a little more text than I was supposed to. There weren't that many rules for this contest. The rules were basically just keep it to 4 pages, keep text legible, and make all artwork yours. So, thank God, no AI. The only reason I had so much time to dedicate to this is because I'm unemployed and obviously unpaid, but I do it for the love of the craft and the awards I might win too, I guess. If you stayed for my little rant, leave a like so I can maybe afford a microphone soon. These are my final pages. These are what I ended up with. Thank you so much for coming along this short little journey with me and watching my process and listening to me rant. Let me know what parts you guys like, what parts you didn't. I'm open to criticism. Please don't bully me. Let me know what videos you'd like to see. I got a overhead standee for Christmas so I could maybe film draw with me's. I think I was thinking of doing a decorate my new sketchbook with me, but I have to actually finish my sketchbook to do that. So just let me know any other videos you'd like to see. And as every other YouTuber says, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!